Doug MPA back with another video. So in my latest videos, I've been talking a lot about modern women and their ability to cope and what I like to call copium. So the definition of cope is learning to deal with something difficult. And I define copium as the social infrastructure that women have put in place to cope with their bad decisions, particularly when they get older. Example, telling men that they should date single mothers and telling men that they should date big women. It's all copium, guys. Well, we could add this to the list. This article says childless women aged 35 and up are binge drinking more, addiction experts say. So apparently, being an alcoholic is on, we could add that to the list of things in copium. So we're going to get into this article to see why these women are drinking so much. Before I do that, like the video, subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate it. It shows you support me and what I'm doing over here. This article says childless women aged 35 are at the highest risk of binge drinking and alcohol use disorder, a new study published in the journal Addiction. The study also found that today's generation of middle-aged women and those without children are also more likely to consume alcohol excessively. And why is that, guys? Because what happens at 35? The wall. Okay? Women, when they're younger, they can choose a lot of things. They can choose not to be with a man. They can choose not to have kids. But at 35 and after, those choices are taken from you. Okay? Because men ain't looking for 35-year-old and older women. And the biological wall might take away your ability to have children. Okay? That's why women are drinking so much. They're using alcohol to cope with the sad reality of the decisions they made in their 20s. Compared to men, the consequences among reproductive age women who binge drink or develop AUD include an increased risk for liver disease, alcohol-related injuries, breast cancer, and alcohol-related deaths. So this talks about the study. We're just going to go past that. The results of the study concluded that women who turned 35 between 2018 and 2019 were 60% more likely to binge drink or report AUD symptoms than women who turned 35 between 1993 and 1997. So women who turned 35 pretty much after 2018 are 60% more likely to binge drink. Yeah, wow. As more research has shown that Americans are engaged in concerning drinking habits, this is the first study to analyze the impact of delayed or foregoing parenting on binge drinking among newer generations of middle-aged women. Women in the 20s and 30s typically reduce their alcohol consumption as they begin planning their pregnancy, but as fewer women in that age group are doing so, the percentage of them are continuing worrying about drinking habits continue. Because more women are delaying having children in the U.S., a growing proportion of women fall into the highest risk group. So what that means is right around 35, if you're going to date a woman at that age, more than likely she's going to be an alcoholic. Because I don't buy this whole alcohol use disorder. No, you're an alcoholic. Okay? If you, come on. I think they may have came up with that term recently. I have to do some research into this, but I've never heard AUD before. I'm thinking maybe they came up with that term so we don't have to call women alcoholics in literature like this. What do you guys think? The growing prevalence of heavy drinking is exacerbated given that excessive alcohol use is increasing overall for middle-aged women in more recent cohorts. Therefore, at-risk alcohol use and consequences are expected to continue increasing in future years if not addressed. With us headed towards 50% of women are going to be single and childless by 2030, we could potentially have half the women in the United States binge drinking or just straight up alcoholics, guys. Isn't that a thought that wakes you up in the middle of the night? Oh, man. Looking for causes of this concerning trend, researchers point to rampant marketing and social media messages that normalize drinking, such as rosé all day and wine mom culture. And you can see that all over apps like Instagram and TikTok, guys. All copium, just copium. It's the social infrastructure that women have put together to be able to shut accountability and deal with the difficulty of the stupid decisions they made when they were younger. And drinking is a part of that. I'm just going to drink my troubles away. Alcohol industry messages around drinking for stress relief and enjoyment have always been part of the industry's advertising strategy, and we've seen this emerge on social media platforms, particularly geared towards people who parent. Promotion of alcohol use for moms to deal with the stress of motherhood and Facebook and Instagram groups have common hashtags such as hashtag wine mom, hashtag send wine, and hashtag mommy juice. Simultaneously, there has been a rapid increase in alcohol products targeting middle aged women, such as low calorie seltzers, pink beverages, and expressions such as rose all day. While women in their mid 30s may be leading the charge, Americans of all demographics are drinking at concerning levels. In fact, Americans are now drinking as much alcohol as in the days of the Civil War. This is only going to get worse and worse because, once again, women are having to cope with being alone, cope with being single moms, cope with not having a man, cope with having to fight the sisterhood. Well, they're just going to have to cope with all this stuff. And a lot of these women, it's late at night before they go to sleep, before they go and lay down in their empty bed where there's no one there to sleep next to them. When they have these holidays, when there's no one to buy themselves, when there's no one to buy a birthday present for them, or no one to buy them anything on Valentine's Day, or they're gonna spend another New Year's Eve with no man to kiss them. They're just gonna drink it all away. And society, and the worst part about it is society still doesn't hold women accountable, so no one's gonna stop them. Let me know what you think about this in the comment section. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you on the next one.